nous allons à la période de questions.
I have a couple of things. First of all, I feel very I feel very strongly that Ms. Phelps contributed so much to the town over a long period of time that it would be wrong of us not to recognize her with naming a park, something along those lines. And I think it's something that we need to look at. I understand that the museum's going to do a service sometime in the spring, and to me it would be appropriate if the town were organized to make a gesture at that point. And the second thing I wanted to ask you was, Mr. Mayor, when you talked about the water and sewer,
Sorry.
bless you, when you talked about the water and sewer for the bridge, that still will include the electrical cable, so that when we get to burying the wires, that will all still be in place? Super, thank you. Fell off his truck.
As I said, it's an old man's disease. I will be brief. Stuart Bacon, and I have two questions, and then as the president of the Chamber of Commerce, I have another one. On the electrical arrangements for the bridge, which bucket is that going in terms of who's paying?
Services, but it should be paid by everybody.
Okay, so we're agreed on
I
that.
think we better take a note of that and make sure we don't forget that.
The electrical conduit?
Yeah. Secondly, just as an aside, and I wasn't really prepared to, sort of didn't want to discuss this tonight, but there is a study by the Conference Board of Canada which demonstrates that the average consumption of water is 376 liters per day per person. Those
How many, sorry?
376.
Please, that's about 1/3 of, that's per person?
Per person.
By dwelling, it was.
So 376. Those people that lived in dwellings with water meters consumed 229 liters. So 67% increase if you don't have a water meter. Just part of your study it's the Conference Board of Canada.
That's very interesting.
What I wanted to talk about though was, or to ask you about, was the recycling. I think as we all know now, we've gone after a contract which provides, I think, savings for the town, which is good. I'm not sure we have got the right solution. First of all, for businesses, who I will remind you pay slightly more than double the tax rate of residences. They're really, and they are businesses that require extra capacity for recycling because they get their stock in big cardboard boxes and so on and so forth. So there is no solution for them now other than them personally trucking their stuff, I don't know where, quite frankly. So could we look at a solution for them?
We have
Because
discussed this issue in length. I don't think we have concluded yet on something very specific, but we have a major issue, which is the following. Every merchant in this town pays the same amount for his recycling. And if we...
But does not pay the same taxes. Pays twice
the
as much
merchants,
tax.
no, the merchants, they all pay the same tax. They still pay commercial tax.
The merchants pay the same tax.
The merchants pay the same tax, yes.
Yeah, okay.
But not the same as the residents.
That's right, no, but the issue is that if we provide a service for some people that have difficulties dealing with it, then we'd have to make some major change in our bylaw, and I don't know if it's legal or not, but the people like the SAQ and the IGA and Edwards have pay the same tax, until we should get the same services. So we're locked into a situation where we want to help, but it would not be equitable to help. And we're looking into it to see if there's any ways we can improve the situation, but you can understand that if we do it for 10 merchants, the rest of the merchants in Town of Rome Lake will ask for the same service, same privilege.
Okay. Surely, we are all clever enough to come up with a solution.
Yeah.
Now, I'm willing to invest some time in doing that with you.
If ever you come up with some interesting ideas,
No, but I mean,
please share
it's
them
not,
with
we
us.
don't have a good solution for them. So what's going to happen is a lot of them are going to put the stuff in the garbage. And that's not what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to accomplish recycling. And I know some people are doing that today because some of them have garbage containers, but no big recycling containers. So they're frustrated. They dump the stuff in the garbage. It's gone, but that's not what we're trying to achieve. I would also mention that as a resident, and I think you all experience the same thing, from time to time you have much more recycling, a move, a big purchase of a TV or a fridge or something, you get this huge wonking piece of cardboard or pieces of cardboard that you need to get rid of. In the past, they would pick that up. Can we not figure out a way to periodically have, just like we do for big garbage, and maybe we should have it more frequently, a big recycle pickup?
Well, what
Once every 3 cycles or 4 cycles?
long-term plans for that is that we will have a center on Mill Road as of March, and in theory it's open. Well, the plan is to open it once a month, and then we can go to Bromont the odd week or Sunday.
There are plenty of people that don't have the capacity to truck that stuff over to, I mean, there's lots of little old men like me that can't do that, and little old
If we
ladies.
have,
I'm just asking, can we not think of us, we have a problem, I think, and I think we need a solution.
we have large garbage pickup, and maybe we could include that in it.
But we don't want to do that, do we? We don't want the recycling in the garbage.
But we could have large recycling garbage, I don't know, once or twice a year. But certainly that's a
Maybe once or twice once every 2 months.
I think we could look into it.
Anyway.
Already the big pieces are picked up mostly not in the winter for different reasons, because it gets tied up under snow or whatever. We could look at the possibility. Lots of people do put certain elements at those pickups that are picked up, and lots of people pass to recycle metal, etc. We should see
If you're lucky, somebody will pick up your junk, I agree,
Yeah.
but
Mr. Bacon, I went around and talked to everybody, and the problem is they have it every week or every 2 weeks. It's not a once-a-month ordeal, it's a two-week ordeal.
no, but everybody has to put some water in their wine, so,
We heard you.
okay.
We will sit down and look at possibilities, and maybe sit down with you or the merchant to find some.
I'm certain also that the merchants would, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think they would pay extra for that service.
I'd be very careful if I were you.
Okay,
But the
so
last resort.
we'll get back to you on that subject.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.